Camera's not working. I don't know why. I'm going to check this. Solo layout. Just checking on the camera right now. Don't know why it's not running. Let's see why. I see why. It's been a couple of days. How is everybody? Lots to catch up with. A lot of information. A lot of information and a lot of questions. Before we go to 6, I believe through the element of what I call science is that we must stop on 5. Now, the value of every number and what we understand to be a number is more than what it is when the equation or the situation creates the equation. When you take the smallest numbers, other than 0, in which 0 in stories is what? What is 0? What is X marks the spot? What is a point of departure? Would you say the point of departure from 360 degrees would be the center point of departure? Or would it be the beginning and it wouldn't even be near the center? If it was near the center, that means the center of your center, the circle, you're always at the bottom of the circle. And the minute you make a move, that circle will just keep turning until you get to the direction you are going in that straight line. Now, if you decide to go around something, in which is noted to be what is 180 degrees, and that 180 degrees is a flat plane. 90 degrees is to go in a straight direction and down. If I start from the center of an area space to go in a direction, you see, it's not, my point of departure is the center before I make a choice. Before I make a choice. I'm going to try and see if I can give you an example. Let's say you live over here, right? And you want to go this way. So your actual point of departure will now become like this. Instead of it being here, it'll be here because you're going this way and you live here. This is your what you call point 0. Now, when you move from an area space of point 0, the point or the dot is only an area that is occupied by a noun. OU, 15 and 21, 14 and 14. So within the circumference of the sun, the one spirit passes through 4, in who is I am, and the ABA ABA, ABA, GD. And the reason this is marked this way is because the point of departure to above and to below, I must reposition. You see, they're starting A in this corner over here. The same way they're starting 0. But the A only comes from, if I would stick my pen up here and then go down here, I can create that A. Or can I? Because I can't. I cannot contain that A in a 45-degree angle. I must create my A from here, all the way up here, all the way down here, keeping, because the area is square. So now the A is not in a 45-degree angle. But when I am going to go over, and I don't want to write on this, when I have the A, I am going to keep my legs, and instead of being the 45 angle, I'm going to be that 20. What is the angle? What is that angle? 22.5 is. Let me see. If hold on, let me do this again. If 45 degrees is this way, then what is it when it meets it at the center? Is it 67.5 or 66.6? Because listen, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, and it's 4, right? It's either straight up or it's in these 3 areas. This being in between these 2 areas, this being in between these 2 areas, and this being in between these 2 areas. So in order to go all the way up, regardless if I go up this way or I come down this way, the end result is going to be the same. So if this is 22, and this is 22, and this is 22, and this is 22, 22.5, would you say that was 22.5? This is 45, and this would be 22.5. That's what I'm assuming. I wish I would actually know. How can I figure that out? Can I figure that out? Where's that 45? You see, we come here and we get 180 degrees doing this. But what's a straight line? Right? What's a straight line? What's a straight line? What is a straight line compared to this? That's my one question. What's a straight line compared to that? And you know what I say? I say it's twisted. I say this straight line is twisted. It's twisted, giving it the same length value as the one that is not twisted. So I ask myself a question: between 1 and 9, 8 will have a twist, in which between 3 and 7, okay, there's going to be a 4 twist. There'll be an 8 twist and a 4 twist. There is a 2 missing between here and here, and there's an 8 missing between here and here. Let me get out my so I can explain it a little bit better. Where was I? When I look on the screen, I'm a little bit better. Let's do this. Let's do a couple of them. In fact, we can even make them bigger. And we can make them smaller. We can make them very small. So the minimum size, right, to create an ace in the gematria scale is 2, 1, and 2. That will show you that area here, that closer area right over here. That is the cap. That is the cap, and it is passage that is possessed in the deck of cards on the jacks and the kings. But I wasn't getting into that. I had lost myself to. I just want to write down the word noun. I want to write down these numbers. I'm trying to figure out what I was thinking. I want to make them even bigger. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I want to make them bigger. I'm thinking at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forget where I was going with this. Besides the ace, but it's not the same thing for the N, because we can do the N this way and the Z this way. In French, they are called accents, and one is I think it's aigu. Sorry, it should be a G, and the other one I think is grave. I think this one is grave and this one is aigu. So with that said, that is going to tell me a story. You see, this will be the N, and this will be the Z. This will be the end, the N, and this will be the Z. So you can see there's the polarity understanding between this. With this one, I will create the letter I. With this one, I will create the letter H. At the same time, with the N coming in, I will put another block on top of that one. That is the R letter. 2 blocks over the N. The N over the N. You can probably put it 2 ways and have it R and R. In this one, there's a division. I don't want to use that division. I should just cancel this out. I'm not looking to talk about this. I was talking about the twist, trying to understand length, trying to understand this 180 degrees. They call it in French, a rainbow is called arc-en-ciel. 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 I don't know how to write it. Arc-en-ciel. Sounds like I cancel you out or something. I think it's arc-en-ciel. I think that's what it is. This being sky, and sky being 55. Arc, rack, the body, is going to be 319, 18, 19, and 322 for life. These two are polarities to each other, arc and sky, although this one is in French. This is the angel wings, 17 and 12, both representing female, by the way. The 12th card is the queen. The 17th letter is the Q for that queen. And the total is 29, and that is the birth in the created heavens. So we have I just don't want to forget the 90 degree, the 180 degree, the 12 inches, the 36 inches for the yard. I just don't want to forget any of these. So this would be 90, 186. Now, because all zeros equal to 6, like I was talking before, and I forgot about that, your point of departure, okay, where you stand, which direction you are going to go. When you go in these directions, in this direction, you are going to Okay, so what this is this is east, ST. This is west, ST. In French, EST is east. TH inside of north, the sun and the gold. Down below, it is south, OU 63. South in creation of the spirit. In the moon, time heaven 28. 28 and 19 come together. Back to the moon, back to Rotes, Sator, Tenet. Denis' son, Manfred, what is that? What is Varatek? What is that? Can you please explain? Please explain, Denis and Manfred. Who are you? Because you're not the first one to leave it. Okay, I'm getting up to get a drink. Just give me a second. I'm going to see if I can focus a little bit better. I'm trying to understand, and I don't want to use, I keep coming up with the excuses, but I'm telling you what I'm thinking, is that where it's weighted for where you're going, that is where you're going. So this is your spectrum of going to where you are. And you just keeps moving forward with wherever you're going or moving. So I'm still trying to understand where X marks the spot. So just leave that. So now what I want to say is the south ends in TH, north ends in TH. So that is time heaven. So when you go towards the west, and if you go enough towards the west, you're going to come back to the east? Or are we all living in the east? And no matter where we go, we will always be in the east. But on this planet, there is a north, east, west, and south on a linear level, on a flat plane. There is no north. There is no south. It is 8 directions around on a flat surface. Otherwise, we'd be pointing down, and there is no going down. You have to leave the planet, drive down, and then come underneath. What is actually going on? Just give me a second. I don't know if I want to talk by movement or exactly, but here is a belt. And what I'm going to do is I have many of these. So I am going to just cut a piece out and put it right there on the belt, right? And see what I can do with the belt? I can twist that belt. So if I move, how can I do that? If I twist that belt, everything's on the up and up. It's just a belt. The DNA strand shows it. We were already given the recipe to creation through the basics understanding of the arc that we are, the elements, the numbers, the letters. I mean, I was just looking at a bunch of letters stuck together, and I say, oh my God, if I move them a little bit closer together, they're going to go and create something else. I wrote down love of 1000, and the reason I wrote love of 1000 is because the letter M, which is the first and the third letter, ABC, first and last, ST, both ending in ST, but first is 6-9 equaling to rotation of 1/8 Venus angels, or ha 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 ho 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 ho, because A lives inside of O, which is the 8 heaven. Now, you can deny what I say, you can write down what I say and say it's rational, it's logical. Okay, we're going to follow it because it makes sense. And not only does it make sense, it's right here. And not only is it here, it's right over here. You see those numbers, the positions of the numbers. What is the 0? I don't know. You call the operator and you tell me. And we use that inside all of our numbers. It's one of the numbers. It is the combination of connecting two worlds. But the letter C can only have how many dots? How many dots would be in the letter C? You'd have to be missing one dot in the letter C. I'm going all over the place, but that's going to be okay for now. If I would just do, I'm not sure which way to make the letter C, right? But no matter what, I don't have anything here, right? I'm going to have something here. 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 There's something over here, there's something over here, and there's something over here, but I can't have anything over here. So I can have a total of 8 and one space empty, but the one space is over here. So it's one void. It's 8 and one void. Instead of, it's 8 and one void instead of one dot and 8 void. You see, the one dot and 8 void gives me the circle. Now, if I have the one void over here inside the circle, then I have 9 void. I either have 1 dot and 8 void, okay, or 8 dot and 1 void. So listen, if I had 8 dot, 8 void, here's my 8 void. And you must note that when it's void, okay, and we create our areas, there's going to be, with the X in the center, or the void, we are going to be creating, encompassing within the center, these two over here. The only thing that's outside of the center are these 3 over here. This one counts for these 2. This is on the other side of the coin. It's on the other side of the coin. So when 6 is across from 7, 6 is across from 1, there's going to be a 2 void. Here's the 1, here's the 6 across from it. When you have 1 in the center, if you notice, there's never anything in the center. The only thing is, because there's a 3 difference over here, right? But the 1 difference, there's never a 1 difference in this. The only one that can be a 1 difference or a 3 difference is this one over here. This dice over here is constantly saying 1331, 1331. It's talking about 11, 11, 11. It's talking about 33 and 1221. Which is also 3 and 3. Now, why 1221? 33 and 1221. No, I think it's 11 by 11 by 11. It's 1331. And 33 is 1364. Just trying to think. This is rotation. This is the AC, DC. It's the rotation here again. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 will end up to be 15. Will end up to, this equation will turn into this. And that's going to create that, what you say is a 1/8 life, but it's the 1/6 life, but it's 1 igniting 6. That 1 will actually ignite these 2, which will ignite above and below, creating the I and the H. None of them, okay, will have anything straight in a row. This, okay, is 303. Or you can go 313. No, let's not do that. This is 212, which means we start off over here at number 1. We start up at, right, we start up number 1 over here. Let me do that a little bit different. In between here, here, and here, there's a 3 difference. Let me do this again. No, I'm wrong. This is not, no, I'm totally wrong. I'm wrong. In between here and here and here and here, pending which way you're going, if you can look at the telephone over here. I'm not sure if you can see that. Right. See, if I'm going this way, I'm going to have 2, 3, 4 in between over here. If I come over and look at that, this is a reset. The 1 is a reset. See that? This is number 98. This is the high house, because the total of these letters equal 98. But what happened is the ATM took the Z out and they put it to number 1, and they took the Q out and they put it to number 1. So it was the second position on number 7, 7, 2, and it was the 4th position on number 9, 9 and 4, 13, 4th position. 26 and 9 is 35. 30 and 5 is 8. Q is number 17. Plus 7 equals to 24 equals to 6. 35, 6, and 8. They will revert into a 6 and 8, the Q and the Z. If I have a letter over here and it's a K, it's the 11th letter, add 5. It'll become number 16. The 12 will become number 17. The J will become number 15. Mars. That's what I do. I make things, I create equations. I haven't shown anything yet. So anyways, east, west, north, and south, the reason why it's like this is because first and last and time heaven come together. But north and south, it's just time heaven. In east and west, it is spirit time. Spirit time and time heaven, spirit time. We is a creation from the B world, where it creates 55 freedom, because 1 times 2, alpha, beta, 1 and 2. I believe that the W is going to be part of the representation. Hold on a second. Where 1 and 2 come together, where 2 and 3 come together on a dice, creating 5. So how do we create a singular 5? I have to still work that. I'm still working on that. By the way, these two together will create the cycle to the moon. The NO will talk about the division in pi, because it is the 14th and 15th letter, and pi starts that way, and it recreates the next 6 numbers. 29, 6 and 5. Then we have south. 1, 9, 1, 9, and 1, 5. South tells me about DC, but it also tells me about the quarter world, the cube. The U is the 21st letter. It is the 6 reverse for F. It's telling me about the quarter world. 1 and 2 equals 2, 3. F, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 5 and 6, 11. So you tell me what the word should be, because I don't know. I can't read that. The U inverts to an F. The 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 creates a 5. That's an E. The 5 and 6, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 creates 5 and 6. It's 3 and 2 that come together. W, B, C. So why should I use this and not this? You're right. I could have did this. I could have said buck. I could have said for a buck. Anyways, the number for south is 15 and 21, 36 and 28, 1 cycle around, and 19, 45, 55, 65, 73 for south. Creation of the gateway. Standard, because it's a 3. North, 28, 33, and 14. 47 in time Christ. 14 and 15, 14 and 15, 29 and 18, 47. So NOR coming together, or RON coming together, we'll talk about energy, we'll talk about Jesus. 131, it'll be the cycle in the moon, through Mars and creation from Alpha Beta. And why I'm saying that is 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will create the expansion of 2 and 3, but the complete order will be 1 with 2 and 3 inside, and the answer is 5. The only thing that is not in it is 4. 3 and 1, 4, 2 and 2, 4. The 1 through 5 will equal to 15. When you add 1 to 15, it equals to 120. I have to keep scaling up. I have to scale up because standard creation is ABC. You stand, okay, on AB. And then we add in, we stand on 3. And then we add in ABC to 6. And that is our standard creation to RI, in which the R, okay, is in the A family. So if the R is in the A family, what does that make I? Well, it happens to be AEI, where apparently in the E position is the A in the E position. But which way is it standing, and what does it look like? If I designed a letter. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to come back. I'm going to see if I can sharpen up a little bit. I feel like I'm still a little bit off. I have a lot of paperwork, tons and tons. I don't know who wants to understand the exact. This wheel is exact what it does. It is completely exact, and it mirrors itself in numbers. Creation of the gateway between 18 and 17. And I don't choose these to go together. They just go together. When you have creation of the gateway, on this side, you have the sun. And on this side over here, you have Mars. Now, my question is, in the circle, is it bent? What does that circle actually look like? When you draw, like the letter W, the angles will actually show distance or depth. Our letters are showing distance and depth. Anytime you have a cross angle, the letter A is showing there's a position between its feet. What you can design on the square paper, because this is the cells. Pretend these are the cells of your body, the cells of everything, whatever cell, the molecule, whatever it is. So some letters you could, and I need to get a drink. I need to get something. Let's take till 9:26. Is that okay? Till 9:26, and I'm not there's. I have so many things. I want to go so fast, and I don't want anybody to run away. And is it real? Where does it come from? What is it? Maybe we're going to do one more thing, just one tiny little thing. The 90 degree, the 180 degree, I still have to learn. I need to learn my mathematics. I know things will be easier. So how do we get to 186? We're going to go to, you see, there's only very few ways to get there, eh? Because 99, okay, and 87. This is the highest route in order to get to this. The highest route. If I was using 0, okay, it'd be 99 and 81. 99 creates 81. It is Venus and Jupiter. Through this one, it becomes Jupiter and the gateway, 78. And remember, let's not forget to think a little bit different. I want to start, okay, from 100. And my first number down is 99. My first number down from the beginning is 99. So why would I do it that way? Because everybody's doing it the other way. I want to see different answers. I want to see polarity. I want to see sections and divisions. I want to see layers and levels. Just like the gateway is 68, but DC to the gateway through the 7th gate is 34. 7 times 7 times 7. equals 343. The letters are CDC. 34 is for DC, and to recreate it, it's 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 to create it. 343, 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals to 21. Those are the dots on the cube. So you have 21 and 343. 21 being alpha beta, it is stand. It's like it's stand. That's where you stand. You stand on AB. Now is it AB? It's A, BB, BB, BB. You are in between, and if you want to go, the energy. I don't want to get into that. I don't know enough about it. Maybe one day I will. Wow, where was I? Yes, standing in the middle. I get a little lost sometimes. I was talking about the roulette. Oh my God, there's so many things in the roulette. Yes, so okay, let's finish with this number thing. So all zeros equal to 6. This shows me the Venus and the separated gateway of the half-life. 1 and 6 being the polarity. So that's why I say when I count, I'm going to go from 1 to 5. Or I'm going to go to 6 to 2. Otherwise, all I'm doing is turning over the polarity. So there is no further. So 1 of my 5 equals to what my polarity is. And now my question is it 6 minus 2? Or is it 8? And now, therefore, if it is 8, we have to have a better understanding that if it is 8, then I don't know. You want to go to 4 and 4, 8, or would you rather see Christmas around the corner? That's mass. That's 33. That's the rotation to day and night. And it's not me who says that. SPACE. The 16th and the 19th and the 1st and the 3rd and the 5th letter. When these 3 come together, the sun comes out. The 13 ball and the 5 ball in pool are the same orange color. If you like to paint, well, you're going to mix the red and the yellow in order to get that color. I call it the sun. The numeric value to the sun is 54. It is a rotation and multiplication of 9 times 6 equals to 54. 1 and 3, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. And 5, 5 and 4. So that's basically where I get it. I get the colors, I get the numbers, they all mix. Not only that, the numeric value to the sun is 54. And the reverse is 81 Venus, which leaves us a residual value or reverse alphabet of 27, giving me H, F, M. Ashfam. I'm not sure if it's FM radio and a new vibration it's going to tell us. So this would be 8 and 6 and 13. This is going to give me the divided gates, and 13 will create the 7th gate, and it's mathematics of DC. It'll give me 3, and it'll give me 4. So by giving me 3 and 4 over here, okay, I'm going to take these literally the way they are, and just say that this one and this one, okay, are in this world over here, in Trinity, and in the quadra zone, in between the two, stuck between the two. If you have a whole 3 area, and you have a whole 4 area, where is that halfway point? It is between both. The core, okay, is 3.5 to where the chip fits in. You put the chip inside of here and you connect both sides, both worlds. Now the question is it on 2 cubes? Is it on 9 cubes? I'm not really sure. I'm just doing it this way in this design. We get the yellow, we red, we get the space, and the numeric value for space is 44. 16 and 19 is 35 and 9. 7 and 1 is the gateway to the sun. 1 and 7. 1 cube, 1 spirit, there's only 1 1. 1 is not like 2. And 4 And 4 is like 2, but is not like 1. 1 is the passing that passes in with 3 and meets the light of 4. Now note that 4, forget about 4. We're going to throw 4 out. We're going to throw 4 out. You know why we're throwing 4 out? In fact, we throw everything out. All we're going to leave over is 6 and 5. Because inside of 6 and 5 is 4 and 4 in both of them. Inside of 5 is 1, as well as 2, as well as 3, as well as 4, as well as 5. Seems like we have a lot inside one dice. And the voided areas are 2, 4, 6, and 8. In this one, the voided areas are 2, 5, and 8, or 4, 5, and 6. So in the H letter, the void is 2, 5, and 8. And inside the I letter, the void is 4, 5, and 6. The cycle of the 2/3 life, 6 and 4, 2 and 3. It's the standard life. It's the standard life. If this was cribbage, you'd get a total of 5. So I like to call it the E world. They're both going to have the same number 15 together. If I crisscross them, I get 12 and I get 8. The 4 and 8 will represent Pluto. The 6 and 2, as you see on the dice, that it represents the other side of the gateway to the half-life. 1 goes on the bottom, 6 goes on top. Your total is 20 dot 6 and 14, or 6 and 5, if you want to look at it that way, or 6 and 4 and 5 into the sun, the DNA. The other total is, just give me a second, 21 and 33 void dot. This is in rotation, your void. This is in the E world. 10. I'm just trying to think. Just give me a second. Where am I? Okay, yes. So you have 20 dots showing. And you will have 25 voids. What that means is all these areas will count as a spot. This is 5 spots. When the dice cube is like this, you will have 3 empty. You will have 6 empty. That's 9. You will have 5 empty. That's 14. 7 over here is 21. And 4 over here is 25. You have 25 voids. You have 20 dots. Your total is 45. The fox with love. Love of the angels. The F, when it gets replaced into this world, okay, the F goes in rotation. I'm not really sure which way to bring this out, because the reverse of F is U, as we did before. The reverse of the A alphabet is, this is a little confusing. I'm going to try and explain it. Let me start. The reverse cube of 6F is 1A. The reverse alphabet of A is Z, and the reverse alphabet of 6 is this 21. 21 and 26. 47 is energy. I always use this, if you want to do it that way, is the gateway to DC, to AC/DC, which will create 3 and 4, which will create 12 and 7, which will 0, 7, this will create 19. 7 and 12 is 19, and we're going to put a star on it and make it, I don't want to put it to 79, but I'm just going to leave it at 19. So this equation will create the greatest distance on my dice. From I went 16, it inverted itself into 19. How ironic, is it not? How 16 inverted to 19. Let me show you again. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6. 7 plus 6 is 13. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 and 13 equals to a total of 55. Right, okay, equals to a total of 55. Just let me, equals to a total of 55. Okay, that's one part of the equation. The second part of the equation is 7 and 6 is 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 and 12 equals to 19. Inside of this equation, in where this was the addition, so it's 4 houses. Or it's the multiplication where it cuts the houses in parts, in halves and in quarters. In halves and in quarters to be discussed. When it is in this area here, the difference between this area over here is this area creates half areas. I don't know if you can see it. You see the way it only cuts the boxes in halves? But here, when I create this one, and this is a 22 box, and this is a 33 box, okay, but when I create this one, this center box over here, and I wish I can get a little bit more light on this, right? This center box over here falls into a quarter, and everything else falls in the corners, fall into halves, but into halves, and the sides are whole. So the even numbers stay whole. Now, there's other ways to look at this also. There's other understandings. What happens when a multiplication comes in? It also depends on if we're going to face the camera this way. And now the multiplication is an addition, and the addition is a multiplication. So I have to understand this equation that's going on right here. And don't forget, the linear size of the paper is about the size of the planet. And I believe that the center point to this piece of work over here, right, you can see it's the same as the book. It's the same as the book. You notice the corner starts at 0, and 1 is already up here. 1 doesn't start here. 1 starts over here. The end of 1 is over here. All of 1 is over here. There might be a beginning, and here is its end. And this whole beautiful thing that's here. Where else was I? So yes, so this is what happens now. What happens when the 1 dot is up? Okay, there are going to be how many voids? There's going to be 8 more and 3 less. So that'll be 33. That'll be 30. 30 void. So when the one is up and the 30 void, you will count a total of, let me see, 15 dots. You will again get a total of 45. Here you will end up with a 6. Here you will end up with a 3, which is not the same as what you end up with over here. Over here you ended up with, where is the numbers? Yes, you had 20 over here. Here you had 30. Here you had 25. Here you had 15. In creation, Mars into the quarter house, 1/3. I'm questioning this thing right now. Quarter house, 1/4, 1/3. I have to explain why I'm having that vision. It is because when you run, if we're running the cycle of the moon, right, it's 21 days and then the moon shows, but it's coming into the moon. It's 7, 7, 7. This is stand, and then it becomes standard. And then it becomes standardeth when the next 7 pops up. The first one creates 343 and 21. The next 7 creates, I wish I knew where the calculator was. Did I ever get up to get a drink? I don't think so, but I'm going to have to go. I don't know what happened to the calculator, so let me see if I can get the calculator here. I'm just sorry about that. Yeah, looking for the calculator. Looking for the calculator. Hold on a second. Calculator. Okay, got it. Got it. 7 times 343 equals 2401. Where's all the sevens that I multiplied? Where did I have this answer? Oh, you remember we did the 11? Now we're doing the 7. 7 come 11. That's part of Venus, eh? 1 and 1 is 2. Remember. You could be talking about 6 and 5 is 11, right? The only way to get 11 on a cube is 6 and 5. Remember that. The only way to get a 12 is 6 and 6. Now that's 2 cubes. If you had 3 cubes, all right, 3, 4, 3 would be 10, 3, 4, 4, or 4, 3, 4 would be 11. And with that said, that'll create 777. Hot 43, cold 34, 77 matter. By the way, the 47 that's left over here, I said it's energy, it is time, it is Jesus. There's a straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and this is sky and pass that work with this 35 and 10. So I don't know where all my sevens are. So anyways, I didn't finish with this. I jumped off of it. So you get the spirit and you get the divided gates. You go 1 through 9, you shoot through one spirit into the birth. So what is that birth? Where does it come from? Where is the seed? Why is 9 not the largest number? Why is 8 actually the largest number? But in all actuality, it is 6 the largest number, because it is this side and it is that side. And what enters from one side to the other side is what's creating more. What is born onto this side from what is on the other side and this side, creating life from within. Wow, that didn't make no sense. And what's so funny about this? Okay, now for me, this is really, really crazy. Hey, Cat's Angel, how you doing? What's so funny about this? I mean, for all of you, you can go and see. I drive down the 401. Here is the dividing gate. 10, dividing gate of the standard death. 40 is the blue world, which is 46. And the numbers just keep going on. But I'm just going to get to what's so ironic about this, is that 6 times 4 equals to 24. 6 plus 4 equals to 10. And that's the equation. The total is 34. And look at the numbers over here. It all comes back. The sevens all come back. What if I did that again? Times 7 equals 2. This one will say 7. This I got to see. This is 2 numbers. This is 3. This will be Earth, and this will end up to be Mars. So in Mars, it's showing me either the 91 spirit, 13 times 7, to the gateway, to the human light, to the hue light. 0. 0 equals 64, by the way, to the DC light. 0 equals 64, DC light. That's right. So this over here, the invert to the, what dots was I doing here now? Oh, right, I was doing the 1 dot, and I already inverted it over here. And inside of this, it creates 3 and 2. Let me see this again. No, 1 second again. No, that's not it. That's not it. 47. Okay, 8 and 3. It's going to create 8 and 3, 1 and 6. So it becomes 1 and 8 and 6 and 3. Creation of the heavens of the half-life. Here's my gateway. And here's my AC/DC power. Power up in the moon of man. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 28 is the cycle. 2 of 8. This is 3 times 2 is 6. This is 4 times 2 is 8. That is the cycle. And the cycle runs between 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how the cycle runs. I wish I should make that bigger. 3 and 7. 4, 5, 6. 3 and 8. 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I get that right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me see the number. I was on the other page. Whoa, I got to go get something to drink. By the way, this fits into so many places. It's just unbelievable. And inside here in the belly of this is number 5 and 6, and that's your 1111, right? Trying to see where I was with this. 2 through 8 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so number 5, okay, and 3 and 4, and 6 and 7. So we know that inside of this it creates 13 and 34, and 13 will create 3 and 4. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, equaling to 4, equaling to 3. So it in the next level, although it's in the next level, right? And for me, everything is like that on an angle. Anyways, you see, you can go underneath it if you want. But so what's in here, and what is this? This is equivalent to this 3,467 kilometers, 11 and 12, 2 and 3 for creation, into Zion, creation of the gateway through the moon. This equivalent to 2160, which is the diameter of the moon. This is in kilometers, but this is in miles, and it is in the standard world, because the letter M equals to 1,000. It is also 16, 16, 16, 7, 7, 7, telling me about the gateway, and this numeric value 16 is 4,096. Now this has something to do with computer language. I don't know what it is. Divided by 4 equals, no, that's not what it is. Times 4 equals, divided by 8 equals, yes, 512, the heavens, okay, of Yo. 51 Mars, which is like that. I don't know why. Why did I just write that? No, that's wrong. That's Earth. Okay, that's better. And Mars is the O because it's the 15th letter. And Earth, okay, is number 52 or the 25th letter. So I use Y for Earth, O for Mars, and now I have the Yo kilometers, KLMs. So I'm going to get something to drink, and I'm going to come back and see if I can calibrate to show you some rotation of numbers, and to show you, to try and understand what's going on with this. You can notice that when it's in that corner over here, it's penetrating, going out. You notice that numbers are halfway between numbers, if you take a look. Anyways, I'm going to come back. If I don't take a drink, something just happened here. Let's take 3 minutes. Just give me another minute there. I put a little toast in. I'm a little hungry, so I'm going to come back and see what I can get done. Okay, we're going to get on to one of my designs. Hey, Kat, how you doing? You know what? I'm a little slow. You know, I need hours and hours and hours. Let me see if I can find, I'm looking for something down. Oh, here it is. Okay. So what it is I'm going to see, I'm on my small screen. I've been having tons and tons and tons of trouble with so many things, but everybody's having trouble with something, so I guess I just have to accept it. So I'm going to see if I can follow this at the same time I'm showing it to you. I have to make my screen small. I just have to make sure I know where my everything is. Okay. Okay, I'm hoping that you can see this well. I'm going to see if I can, got 1,000 things on my desk. So what I did here is we're starting at 0 over here. I have to understand this. The total is 17. They're starting at 0 here. So 1, you see, when you start, just I have to scratch my hand. See, when we start, at the beginning, we have an indentation in order to get our completion. But when we get to 14, we stand on 17 over here. We did the total of 16, ending at 17. But it ended at 16. So when you, 15 does not start on 15. It starts on 15 and 1. So when you start at 15 and 1, you're actually into your 16th. So when you're going from 0, 1, you're completing 16, and here I'm completing
17. So my 17 is complete, beginning at 16.1. So I might use that number as 161. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm going to go back to that in a minute, okay? And I definitely don't like this page. I don't want to write like that. That's not me. I need to make it clean. I need clean, and I need a good pen. I need good pens. I don't like the pointy ones. I used to like pointy ones. Now I don't. We were talking about, and this is a very small pen. We were talking about 196 before. 196, yes, right over here. Do you remember this equation? Well, the reality of these two equations is, as this is going to be 7, and this will be the half-life. When 7 and 9 meet together and they are added, it will be the half-life. The reason for that, the total is 16 and 63. 63 is creation, and it's not even the half-life. I can even call it the quarter life, because 9 is involved. And in fact, 9 is even a little bit more different than that. How can you create 9? Right? 9 is a number that includes the one spirit. And 8, the heaven, has no life until 9 gives it life. 9 gives it life, but it's not 9, it's 1. Okay? It's 1 in the heavens. And the word in that, in French, as it explains in French, is 4 times 20. And when the 20 is up, that is when the 6 cube, is facing up, and the 1 dot is sitting down. The 1 dot contains 8 voided spaces. The gateway to polarity is with 6 and 8, yet I call 0, 6. Yes, it is. When it comes in with the light, it is 6 plus 1. That is your half-life. I call it the half-life, or the inside life, or maybe it's the double life. Okay, it's all discussable. And the reason is because if Jesus was a builder and he was squaring things off, he wouldn't have to know what was in between. So this dice cube, okay, tells me another story. One of the stories it tells me is to draw a line from here all the way to here, and draw a line from here all the way to here. That way you get this one area here into this area over here. But since there's no in-between or part space in between here, I must do it this way. And then it's done again. I'm just trying to see, this is 1 and 6, and then this is this. Oh, sorry, it's not like that. I made a mistake. Boy, you made a mistake. I made a mistake. It is supposed to be here. So why is it supposed to be here and go to here? Because here's one area block, and I want to stay on the outside, and here's another area block, area space. Okay, I'm not allowed to put any dots in there. I have to use the whole space as is. I'm not allowed to put a dot. I only can put a dot between 4 spaces. That's it. You can't put a dot unless it's 4 spaces. And when you have the complete area here, you're going to create 4 spaces here, 4 spaces here, 4 spaces here, and 4 spaces there. That's 16 spaces. Oh my God, 16 spaces. Except the whole thing is, eliminate 1 here because they're shared, eliminate 1 here because they're shared, eliminate 1 here because they're shared, eliminate 1 here because they're shared. Minus 4 equals to 12. 12 and 4 is equivalent to purple. And it's equivalent to purple because the 4 ball and pole is purple, and the 12 ball and pole is purple. 12 is for standard creation, 1 and 2 coming together as 12. So when you have standard, you now have the queen becomes standard. The 12th card in the deck, which is also the L letter. The Q is also the 17th letter to where the L reverse of L is O, which is the 15th letter. Do you follow what I'm saying? The 12th card in the deck to the 17th letter in the alphabet. From the 12th letter in the alphabet is L. The reverse alphabet is O. We are in the E world, and it is L that will create E. And it is the polarity, which is 505, which is the polarity of V22. Ape. So we went from A to E to create V for life, and we needed the half-life, giving us the equal valuation of 2 and 2 equals to 4, and 2 times 2 equals to 4. 44 equals to your area space. Area space between day and night, like we brought up a little bit earlier, and I'm going to try and see if I can explain it. So when you get area space, I mean, it grows, you know, so you get area space. 4 times 4 equals to 16, and 4 plus 4 equals to 0.8. Now, this is the letter P, this is the letter H. But there's no denying that when the H comes out, so does the I. They all come out, H and I come out together. There is no H heavens, okay, that in the half-life that does not contain a birth. Number 9, but it's 09, and it's in rotation. Although it is the 6 cube, and it is the 9 face of the 1 dot to the 8 heaven. Because it is only that 1 dot that will give this 8 heaven a life. And that is inverted to your 6. So this is where the gateway is to the 24-hour divided heaven. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 equals to 6. Now this is level 2. Level 2 standard. Now, if they're talking about the dice on level 2 standard, I'm going to explain something with that in a minute. I just want to show you that this is where the 7th gate separation comes into the spirit of 76, which is created from number 16, the half-life. This number, we did it before. This is the cat. So somehow, it's not the body, the half-life, but it's the mind. It's where's the cat? There's the cat, right there. Cat is what passes. Something about the cat passing. I have to go back to nursery rhymes. I have to maybe go to Little Red Riding Hood. Maybe the elves. So where were we? Cat. And when the H comes out in the continuation, it's going to say C-H-A-T in French, okay? That is also cat. It is the cat in the heavens. Communication from 1 to 20. 1 through 20 equals to 210. All zeros equal to 6, it's 216. So we can look at this as the cube that has been inverted to where the 6 is up, to where 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will now create 5 and 6, 11. I don't know. But the in-between here is 55. The freedom is in between here. 6 minus 0.5, 5 plus 0.5. So now I'm questioning myself, what value does a number have when every number might have the same number as another number? 0.5, 5, 0.5, 5. So now we have the 24-hour day, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. But in the 24-hour day, we have 1,440 minutes, which is 360 times 4 equaling to 1,440. But why do I have to do it that way? Do I have to do it that way? I can go 360 and 360 equals to 720, and 360 equals to 720. Or we can have it turning in rotation and have it saying 63, talking about the gateway. The multiplication of 7 times 7, 7 plus 7, equals to 14 and 49, equaling to 63. This is IR, 99, Jupiter, Venus. 09 in rotation to 18, the heavens of Venus. The heavens of Venus. The 8 is expressed, and remember, I don't have 8, I have 68 over here. The heavens is divided through the half-life of 6. Where do I get 6? Because it's a single number. I need at least 2 numbers. Otherwise, it's just going to say heaven. The heaven of what? The heaven of the 6th light. To the 7th gate. To the passing of the man moving. When you add up 1 all the way to 13, it equals to 91. 3 times 19 equals to 57. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 equals to 4 plus 3 equals to 7. We have the 7 days a week to the 57 numeric value of the moon of 5G. 5G is the female, G is the male. Female, male, 5G. They're pushing the female into the male into the female through these numbers. The man being the value, the 13th letter, the first letter, and the 14th letter, equaling to a total value of 28. Man has to be 13. Or you have to be 13 to become man. Teen is 44, area space, the difference in separation between day and night. The word 13 is number 99, giving us the sky pass freedom through the moon. How you doing, kitty? How you doing, kitty? How you doing, kitty? Yeah? Okay. Yes, so where were we with this? So I went down this way. The thing is, there's multiple realities that are going on. We are working in 12s. We are working in 6s. We are working in 12s. That's 2 cubes. 2 cubes, not 1. And if you remember, when you look at this, we start 1 over. We have already, the beginning is here, we have 1 over. So it's almost like our standing area. 1 is like the standing area. If you take a look, the point of departure didn't depart until number 2. 1 is going to retake its stance in the center. 1 will move into the center. Now, we have to question one thing over here. Why did I go down 2 here and 2 here, but only 1 here and 1 here? No, I went 2 here. Yes, I did the whole thing. I went in by 2 here. 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 And it'll be 3 that I think will come into the center if I got that right. We will have the eye of the center, plus we will have on each side of the eye of the center. At the same time, we can create the center and create a duplicate alternative, or anyways, let's get back to this. So now we can go to the 1440 minutes in a day. We're going to add on another 360, and all of a sudden we have become standard with 3 parts done. So knowing that with 3 parts done, we are now going to say 3 times 120 to equal to our sorry, is that what I was going to say? 3 times 120 to equal to our 360. We did 3 here. I'm going to go 3 times 8 hours to give me the 24-hour day. So if I get this 360 to go all the way around, I would reach in a regular cycle 13, and this also would represent rotation in Jupiter. The multiplication, say Jupiter, but the multiplication and addition, 1881 or 171, will say the gateway in Mars. Why? 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 8. The reverse of this is going to be 3 and 2. It's going to be Earth and Venus that come together. So it's a 3-2-5 when Earth and Venus comes together. The W as the letter, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. And here is your GH, which the total is 15/6. So now you know the AE world, the vibration that lives inside of Mars. Why? Because 2, 3, 4 is between 1 and 5. Numbers are skeletons of what you know and how to use them. 6 becomes 66. We barred 66 to 1 and 1. 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is, right? 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 equals to 3. So in 66 is creation, and they barred it. I'm not sure, but I have to put bar mitzvah. So when I put bar mitzvah, right, I now get 13, because the bar mitzvah is when you're 13. They barred it with a bat. We have to understand the bat, because that is the bat's mitzvah, and this is the bar mitzvah. We just want to know bar and bat. I don't care about this right now. It's the IT system of the heavens. Va, to go, Jehovah, you know. So this situation here, I know it was confusing because I saw it to be confusing myself, so I'm going to try and re-explain this piece over here. How can I do this? 360, why are there 4? Yes, because we have 1,440 minutes in a day. So how do we get that 1,440? Can we get it as 500? No. 480 and 480 and 480. 0, 4, 1440. Other than 360, 360, 360, 360 to be 1440. This is where 120 degrees times 3 equals to 360, where 90 degrees times 4 equals to 360. This one is telling you about the 7th gate. This one is going to show me rotation. And this one over here is going to tell me about the moon and the gate, the moon gate. And it's telling me about the moon gate because this game, and this is not the only game, okay? This is the game of pool. When you add up numbers from 1 to 15, it equals to 120. So I want to know that one of my questions, when you add up from 1 to 20, it equals to 210. And this one will equal to 120. So I know 15 minutes is an intermission, but I know 20 minutes in a hockey period, okay, will be the whole period. So if we're looking at the whole period, we're looking at the cube and the half-life on the moon. That's 0. This will be 218, also 216. If it's an 8, if we go to 218 and use its full value, the circle around 1, if I use the full value, right, or it's telling us the whole story. It's telling us about number 5 because the 1 is in the 5 position. So what should I do? The 1 is in the 5 position. What do I do? What do I do at number 2? The 2 is in the 3 and the 7 position. Hold on a second. No, it's not. It's in the 1 and the 9 position. But take a hold. You see the 3? See the 3? Which way it is? When the 2 is up, the 3 is pointed to the left. When the 2 is not up, the 3 is pointed to the right. When the 6 is up, the 3 is pointed to the right. When the 6 is to the side, the 3 is pointed to the left when the 2 is up. You have to know all the stories. I'm not finished with this yet. So, so let's continue with this for a second. So these are our days. These are polarities. This number has to do with the separation between day and night. It is part of teen and space. The reason for this is because the multiplication of 8 times 4 equaling to 32 and 8 plus 4 equaling to 12, the total is 44. If I minus the 12, it equals to 20. So now right away, it's going to be talking about the moon. It's going to be talking about maybe a divided moon. It might be talking about the 2 moons. You see, this also might be saying, look at me. Here's the 1 moon of Earth. And here's the 2 moons of Mars. So it seems like Mars has surrounded Earth. In fact, Mars Venus completely has surrounded life on planet Terre, right? Planet Terre, planetarium. The real word for Earth is terre in French. We have to listen to our words. So this, okay, is going to be 12, 12, 12, and this is going to be 9, 9, 9, 9. There's going to be 36 here in 12. There's going to be 36 here. This will be 3, 6, 9. This will be 36, 9. I'm just trying to see. So the equation will work out to 5 in this equation, and this will be telling us all about the rotation, the sun and Mars. So let me get that 54, 6 and 9, okay. 1446, there's an answer to something like that somewhere. Don't remember what it is, where it is. My toast is ready. I'd like to go get my toast. So yes, we were talking about number 13 before. We were talking about why man on the moon, because man's bar mitzvah, boy makes a man at 12 years old. He's a boy, but he's still 12 years old. And the minute he completes, right, you have to complete 13. You have to complete 13 years in order to become a man. You must complete 13 years. I'm going to get my toast. I'm taking 2 minutes if you don't mind. I'm going to come back and see what I'm going to finish this off and maybe work on something else. Wow, nobody said a word to me, eh? Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm going to crawl back out and maybe you can watch my cat for me while I'm gone. Be back in a minute. Be back in a minute. Coming back in a minute. Give me a little bit of time. I just have to have a snack. Give me 2-3 minutes, all right?
2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. You know, I'm not happy that I'm not on any. I don't feel like I'm advancing. I don't know. Maybe I'm slow. I have a few designs to show off. Maybe one on my other computer also. It works. It doesn't work. It works. It doesn't work. Ay, ay, ay. One more minute. I'll be there in 1 minute. Okay. Now, let's see where we are. I want to see where we are with this. So, if we're coming down this way, right, we would have to build another one up over here, another one down over here. So if there were other worlds, they would be down on this corner, up on this corner, up on this corner, and over here on this corner. They're not including the first two standard because of what they're showing over here. And even if they did show complete more than just two, they've taken out these two, which means they removed. My cat is passing underneath me. They have removed 10 and 11.
They have removed 1 and 2, so they have removed 4. So there's only 7 in between. 1 is done, 2 is done. They have 3, 4, and 5. See number 6? The numbers are drawn between 55. See the way the numbers are drawn? Right in between 55. It's exactly the way I spoke it here. The difference between 6 and 5 is 55. The same thing. They're marking the same thing. They ran up to 17 because 17, the first and the last of numbers where we stand on Q. 9 and 8, the highest numbers, equals to 17. The highest number actually is 5 and 2 because 1 what happens is 1 is inside of 5. I don't know if I hear water running. So anyways, yeah, 1 is inside of 5, so 1 is gone. We're just working with 5 and 2, and they're polarities. One inside 4 ignites 2. I don't really like that explanation. Didn't make too much sense. I did want to continue on with the explanation of this. So this is your primary first cycle. 1 day. Now we're going to take it into the next day. So in the first day, it's 1,440 minutes. 1,440 minutes, 360, 360, 360, 360, 1,440. And then over here, it's 1,440 as 480, 480, 480. So now, so this is, we're going to have 4 times 3 equals to 12. Because we're going to do this cycle 3 times. Here, we're going to have 3 times 3 equals to 09. The letter L, the letter I. So when these two letters come together, hold on a second. "12" appears, okay, once these two basic lines disappear, that's when 12 will appear. How can I explain that a little bit better? This is a polarity. This is a rotation. This is a standard and standard rotation of 9. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Now, I still think that the numbers start at 99 and work its way down, because this is in the spirit of the 4th house. And I'm going to try and explain that. This, more or less, I use 15 as 1/4. I use 19 as the spirit. The word spirit is 91. It's created by number 13, and that is when you become man. You become man at 13, when 13 years are complete. The numeric value for man is 28, 4 and 1. 1 and 4 also known to be 1/4. which is known to be Earth, and Jack. It is also the YB letter, the Y and the B letter. This will be, and I have to stop continuing on. If I start to explain everything, this is how I get lost. So I just have to stick to this right over here. Why I did 4 times 3, because it's 4 cycles. It's 3 cycles. I want to do it standard, the first set. So you're going to do 3 cycles of 4, and you're going to have a total of 12 years. In this one, you're going to do also standard cycles, but your standard cycles are going to come out to the same thing because of the number of minutes per degrees. The 120 degrees, the 120 degrees, 120 degrees, and 120 degrees, giving it 8 hours, 480 minutes, which is, I'm just trying to think. See, this is, just give me a second. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. No, 8 hours, 8 hours. So 8 hours is 480 minutes. 4 degrees a minute. 4 degrees a minute. Or is it 3 degrees a minute? 3 degrees a minute. 3 degrees a minute. Let me think about this. I'm thinking. How many degrees is that? Divide the day up. So 8 hours is 120 degrees. So it's 4. 1.5 degrees per hour. 1.5. No, 15 degrees per hour. 15 degrees an hour. 8 hours, 120 degrees. Okay. Mars runs that. And this one is 90 degrees for 6 hours. But the clock goes around twice. The clock goes around twice. So none of these can really be exact. 888, but if it was exact, then the center of these 8 hours will be between 2 worlds or between 2 areas, because it'll be, how can I say this? This is 8 hours, this is 8 hours, and this is 8 hours. So that's not exactly what I want. This will be in between these 2 8 hours. I'm trying to think, what if it was 10 hours and 10 hours? No, the overlapping of time. I'm just trying to think of it. It's just like me saying, here's a square, and this is going to turn inside the square. 3 turning inside of 4. The zodiac, the 21-day cycle, the 21-day chicken cycle, the 21-day solstice or zodiac work. I don't know what that is. So what is the degrees over here? I'm gonna figure this out in a minute of how to split this up properly. Three. Something's really funny over here. So if we did that, we'd end up doing that. We do that, we do that, we do that, we do that. So if this one is 15 degrees, this is 10% more, 20% more, 30% more. What percentage is this? I don't have that calculation. So this is a movement. So here it's going to be, this is a 120 degrees. This is 90 degrees. And this is going to be 6 hours. So it's also going to be 15 degrees. So they're both going to be 15 degrees. They're exactly the same, 15, 15. Okay, so now the next movement of this, okay, the next part cycle of this, okay, will be that fourth cycle. So that'll be 4 times 4. So this will be 4 times 4 cycles equals to 16. And this is where the gateway comes in and day and night comes in. This is where Pluto, because it's Pluto, it means to buy and to sell. And it's 486 talking about the seconds in a day. Where else am I going to go with this? So when this runs into 4 cycles, 3 by 4 equals to 12. You see, at the end of this run, you will have 12 cycles at the end of this run. At the end of this run, you have 16 cycles, 16 small cycles, sorry. 360 degrees, see, because it's a 3-1-3, whether it's a 3-1-3 year or a 3-1-3 week, it doesn't really matter, it's 3-1. If you want to work with 3s only, we're just going to go 3-6-9 all the way. And 3-6-9 skipping with 9. If I did 3-6-9, the 9 would have to play from this position. This would really be what 3-6-9 is. And don't forget, numbers move. Numbers move. Numbers move. I did it in a few videos ago. I hope I can remember how numbers move. Wow. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. Numbers move by, if you start the alphabet at B, right? You go B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. What happens is 3-6-9 move to the center. So it's either A, B, C. So if you move to C, then C would be first. If you start with C, C would be in the first position. If you start with B, C would be in the second position. If you start with D, okay, it would be the same thing. It would just be like A. It's only A, B, C moving positions. I just wanted to go back over here. We were talking about 1-6 reverted on a dice. I only talked about the 1-6. We talked about the 3651. Yes, when the 1 is up, we're talking about Mars. Anyways, 13 is 99, the same as Jupiter. When you get through Jupiter, you get through Venus. Just trying to think of all these. So we did this little piece over here. Okay, I just want to look at some artwork. Here is the numbers 2 and 4, and I'm thinking, what are they creating? Is there something else inside of this? Is this a skeleton of something else? If I hold it, let me see. Hold on a second. If I hold it this way, is this a skeleton of something else? Because if you look inside of here, I don't know if you see, it looks like 2 seals or 2-letter R's. What is happening with the 4? Right? What's happening with the 4? Like, if I went ahead, I'm not sure if you, let me just put it straight. If I went ahead and took my 4, and just let me hold on. I did that. And I moved it behind the other 4 over here. Right? And I did that. I'd end up with that. Now, if I moved it even closer, and you see, this is tic-tac-toe. See the half corners? The octagon that shows up? 4, 4, 4, and 4? Let me just, hold on a second.
Oh, let me just put it back to the beginning. So now we brought it back. And the 4 looks like that. Now you could be saying, can it turn into the ace? You know, can it turn into the ace? I'm thinking, can we turn it into the ace? What's going on? I'm looking at it. It shows that it's divided. It shows that it's when you get 4 of them, when you move them into each other. Let me see. No, you won't be able to actually see it. You won't be able to see it. But what it is, hold on a second. If this would move down, okay, we can possibly get the Star of David over it, but I'm not gonna look at that. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that one out. Don't save. Let me see. Is there anything else up here? There was this one over here. I was doing it. And yeah, that one over here. So I'm not really sure if I should take this to another level, but I'm going to do that on my own, and I'm going to just take that off the screen. I want to see if there's anything else in here I wanted to look at. How about that? Plug me up into the space. The forehead. The tefillin. Put on the tefillin. I'm just going to look if there's any, just one second. I'm looking at a key. I'm looking for something. There's this piece I'm going to look on, which is the Mayan Numbers coming into 441. And I forget how they calculated that and what that was, how that came to be. I wish I knew. Sometimes I just seem to work a little bit too fast, right? 343. Where's 343? This is where we see this 90 degree here. This is 225. But it takes an area space. On Earth, you need 3 area spaces. So I'll take from 59 to 63 in area space, and I'll call that 1 block. And then 1, 2, 3, I'll call it 2 blocks. And then 1, 2, 3, I'll call it 3 blocks, right? And then 1, 2, 3, you'll call the center block. So this, because of what the center shows, you have to combine these 3. So then you have these 3 over here. Now let me see what you have. You have 71. Here you'll have 69. Now the question is, when you're going up, are we going to keep... See, they look like squares, right? They're squares, but when they're going up on this angle, all right, we may as well just turn the whole thing up that way and run the world the way it's supposed to be run, this way. Somehow. The deck of cards shows us this way. So you notice the plus sign, the multiple sign is all changed. So anyways, that's one piece. Let me look at another piece. Oh yes, and then there's this one over here. And all the way to 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. 120, this is a gateway. And look at that, boom, right up there, 101, 120. 81 Venus. 1 for 1. You see there's 2 numbers, now there's 3 numbers. This is the sun, this is the gateway, this is the high. And again, you see 201, we get the moon here. And 120, we have a moon particle over here. We have the half-life here, 616 rotation between these two. Look at that, 12 and 16. Look at that right there, 12 and 16. We just did that. 12 and 16 over time. I'm looking at the Mayan calendar, and they're showing me the same thing, 120 and 160. Doesn't matter, I don't need the decimals. I am going to look at number, here, look what's in the center. Look at the center, this whole center. How do we get to some of these numbers? Let's get to 131. You want to go to 131? Let's go to 131.
131. 66, actually, no, 99 plus 32. And the closest we can do is 66 and 65. So now we have to understand this in numbers. From 32 to 65, and from 66 to 99. We have 32 equals 32 plus 1 equals 33, equals 32 plus 1 equals to 33. So that's your greatest and your smallest. That's in rotation, okay, of Mars. This is your rotation of Mars. And it's funny the way all these numbers are going to create each other. And the reason I say that is because first of most, 6 and 5, the polarity of 1 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 equals to 2. 3 times 2 equals to the 6. 3 plus 2 equals to the 5. So we've recreated the whole situation. The addition of this is 97, and the addition of this, I'm only going to a single digit, will be 66. So this is going to end up to be 12, and this will end up to be 16 at the end. So we're back to 12 and 16 to where it was 131, to where all I did is bring the equation to the highest and the lowest point to come out with the same numbers. So we do know that this is 3 and 2, and we do know this is 9 and 5. This is the polarity on a cube, 9 and 5, the birth in the E world created from this. Now we're going to go and do this. 66 over 65 equals to 2 equals to 3. 99 over 32 equals to 2 equals to 3. 58 and 73 equals to 131. 73 over 58 equals to 32. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 8 is 11. 84 Pluto and 47 times Jesus on the cross, which can also be 74. You can move up and down, you can flip them backwards, equals to 131 over 47 equals to 32. So it's always going to be around the same thing. Just wanted to do that real quick. Is there another number in here that's special? See, here we have 150, 151. So there's a split. There's also this way. Here's where the cube, see the cube, 21, 42, 63, 84, 105, 129, 147, 147. The total number at the bottom is 260. The alphabet, the divided alphabet, okay, is 13 numbers and 13 numbers. 13 numbers and 13 numbers. Just still trying to go over some thinking. How you doing? How you doing? We're going to be done soon. Yes. Yes, we're going to be done soon. Okay? Ken, how are you doing? You know, it's been so long, I can't remember everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm still here. My black cat is now white. She gives up. I don't know if she gives up or I give up. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Ken Patterson, I know you from somewhere. No, I do. I don't remember. That's okay. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy whoever comes here. If you can pick something up, that's good. If you get a little entertainment out of it, that's fine. So let me jump out of what I was doing here. Let me go back a few pages. Yeah, the other day I was doing the alphabet, the division of the complete alphabet. don't want to get into that. I'm a little tired. I think I'm going to have to come a little bit more prepared next time. The beginning of the first two standard cycles are right here, where, let me just see if I can get them. So what I have is I have a V, right? And the V, everybody has to understand what the V is. So is the V number 5 or is the V number 22? This is a Roman numeral. This is the letter in the alphabet. If it was the letter in the alphabet, the 22nd letter, it would have to be 0, 5. It would be the E letter. It would be VE, created from AB, in which B will end up creating day and night, and with A will be involved inside of it, the E inside the V. So we were talking about dots earlier on. The 1 dice has a 1.8 void. 1 dot value of 5, 8 void value at 40. 2 dot value at 10, 7 dot valued at 35. Now, does the dot get a number itself? I don't know. The 3 dot is a value of 15. But the thing is, what I don't like, okay, is that the A is not like any other. But we're going to just count it like that, because the A is in the center of them all. The 4 dot. So we go on to number 5, which is 25 and 20. Number 6 is 30 and 15. So if I want to if I go and change my life from stand, A and B, stand on 17, 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 5 and 10. Here we have 55. Let me see what this one is. E, 25 and 20. Oh my God, 20, I make everything too big. Equals to 45. And then we have F, which is 30 and 15 equals to 45. This equals to 55, and this equals to 35, equaling to a total of 90. Birth and rotation of the heavens. 1 and 8. 1 and 8. What will these create? This will be the Sky Pass Gateway. And this, creation of Standard Electric Company, Yo-Alev from Mars. Yes, we are the Martians. So here, when I was talking, this is a V. The 1, 2, 3, and then invert cycle, and then 1, 2, 3. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put 2 more cubes here or how I'm going to create this whole scenario, but it's going to work out perfectly, whatever it is, and it's going to tell a true story, because you can't, the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. The stories in here are the truth. So if we're playing by the 7 come 11, right? There's only 1 11, but there's 1 6 equals to 7. There's 2 5 equals to 7. So if we go to the 1 dot and the 6 void, which we did earlier in the video, we're going to have 35 dot to 55 void. 35 dot 55 void. See the Well, I don't know who's pushing. Hey, Cat Angel, you know what it is? My cat put its butt on the thing. Okay, so let's finish. So we have only 1 11. So it's 7 come 11, and It's the 1 dot and 1 dot. So is it 2 dice come 11? How do we want to say 11? How do we want to say 11? Okay, because there's other ways to say 11. There is the 6 and 5, 11. There is the, I'm just trying to look through the dice. So, yeah, first of all, if you go to the 510 store, this is where your 510 store is. The A is 5, the B is 10, the C is 15, the D is 20. In D, there is no spirit in 20. In C, there is a spirit. In B, there is no spirit. In A, there is a spirit, but it's the half-life spirit. In E, there is a spirit, and E is where it begins, and it begins in Earth's heart. But in its void, there is no spirit, bringing in the D into the world. See, when I bring in this E25, I also have to understand its invertness. The invert to 5 is 4. This is where, yes, 5 and 4, I'm just trying to think, 13 and 14, the divided, that's where the divided gematria, the alphabet comes divided. That's what the Mayan numbers are funny, because the way they made that division, I have to look at it. I'm just trying to think. So when we bring 3 and 4 together, it's 6 and 2. 6 and 2. I don't remember what that equation was. We were talking about. Yes. The equation is 1 dot 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 5 or 2 dot dot or 6 dot 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 2. 5 and 2, 6 and 1, 1 and 2, 6 and 5. Do you follow? These two are the opposite of these two. These are the opposite of each other. I go 1 to 5, I have to stop on 5 because the 6 is the polarity of the 1. So I cannot put it in this equation. So in the 1 to 5, which is Mars, and this is the queen, this is the dog, this is the game, this is arts and entertainment in this one over here. Because this one talks about the card, talks about the game, okay? This one here is all Mars, the vibration is in between, and that is 9. 2, 3, 4. In number 6 and 2, it is 3, 4, and 5. And that is L, and that is I. Lily. That's that equation. If you further that equation, you're going to get 7 and 6. And in this equation, you're going to get 7 and 10. So the 1, 7, when it comes together, that is the gateway to what I call the spirit. The reason for that is all zeros equal to 6. 1 and 6 equals to 7. You now have 77. You now have the matter. You now have the matter. This becomes 13. This becomes 17. The total is 30 or 48. Half of that is 24. And half of that is 12, and half of that is 6, and half of that is 3. 1.5 of that is Mars. 0.75, we end up on the moon. 0.375, we end up creation of the moon. And then I can go 1.875, which is, I think it's 1/8, I don't remember. I'm not going to get into that. It goes too deep. There's more into that itself. So what else are we going to do? Yes, can we build 10? The only way to build 10 in here, okay, is first to understand the numbers. There are a total of 9. So if we are going to go for 10, we need to get a 7 dot. So I have a 7 dot, and I can either take, sorry, I did that wrong. This is a void. This is a void. So I have a 7 void and a 3 dot. And that'll equal to 50. Or 86, dividing of the gates. Or I have a 7 void and a 3 void. A 7 void and a 3 void. That also equals to 50. Maybe I should work on those numbers. And it'll also be 8 and 6. What about if we work our numbers to number 4? We're going to look for number 4. So we're going to go here.
So it's going to be number 4, creating number 4. And the reason I create certain numbers is because of how this is made. We have 7 months of 31 days. The gateway, the moon, AC/DC. Also, the numbers. Number 1 reverts to red and black and black and red. Wow, where was I? Oh, I completely lost myself. 1 and 8. Did I get the 1 and 8 inside of there? Just let me think. Yes, number 4. Number here. There are 4 months of 30 days. And there is 1 month which is different than all the other months. The 14th day, Valentine's Day, is the end of the 2/3 cycle on the cross. 2 ways to look at it. 2 ways to look at it. 28 days plus 2, 28 days plus 3. When you're going 28 days plus 2, you're talking about the heavens. Because in French, they say 4 times 20 to equal to 80. So you're talking about no spirit involved in this at all. So what I'm trying to say is that the 28 basic cycle of the moon plus 2 days. You see, when you're 31 days, it's 28 plus 2 plus 1, in which in French, when you say 90, you're going to say 4 times 20 plus 10 into the 90s. So that's where 2 and 1, your 31 days come in. Now, when you talk about 70, it's a little bit different. In 70, you add on just a 10. So it's 28 plus 1 inside 70. But inside 60, which is the polarity of the 10, and remember, the 60 or the 10, the 6 is the polarity of the 1. So in French, when you say 70, you're saying 60 and 10. So you're including in 70 the spirit, but not in 60. But in 70, yes. In 80, 4 times 20 equals to 80. 4 times 20. So in 70, you included, so the 28 days, okay, are for the 60. The 29 days, okay, are for the, is for number 70. The 30 days is for number 90. And the 20, I'm looking for something. Just give me a second. That's not what I'm looking for. I remember. That's not what it is. Let me explain it. See, in French, they'll say 60 plus 10. This is what's going to give you your leap year. In 70, the gateway. Okay. In the 28th day of February, there is no added number to it. It's just 60. And that's your polarity to 1. From 1 to 28. So my question is, see, actually it's 10 to 28. It's 18 numbers equals to 171. From 10 to 28, okay, equals to 171. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, equals to 7, whoa. 7 plus 8 equals to 15. Okay, 7 times 8 equals to 56. The student of the sun. So where we're going to go with this now, we are going to say yes, it was the 28 days plus 2 plus 1. And the reason for that is to get 90 in French, it's 4 times 20 plus 10. Here's your 20, here's your 10. Inside the 28 days of February, okay, we're only talking 60. You see, creation has already happened here. Here. It is the light that came into 6. The light comes into 6. When the light comes into 6, into the 28, that's when you get your birth.
through the gateway. That's when you come through the gateway. Now you'll have the 4 worlds. 4 times 20. Sorry, where did it go? I didn't even write it down. 4 times 20 equals to 80. And in this world, it is 28 plus 2 days to create the 30 days. This is going to happen 4 times. This is going to happen 7 times. This is going to happen once for a 3-year cycle, for 3 years. And then 1 year, when 29 comes in. So we know every 4 years, 70 comes in. Every 4 years. For 3 years in a row, we'll have 60, 60, 60, 180, and then 70 will come in. So we're going to have 60, 60, 60 for 180, and then in the 4th year of the cycle, 70 will come in for 250, plus, I think it's 5 and 5. I don't remember. I have to add that in. It comes out to 260, and that reasoning, I'm trying to figure out what that reasoning is. I think it's for the cycle itself, for the standard of the cycle itself, which is 1221. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2 equals to 5. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2 equals to 5. 25 and 10, 71. 8. This adds 6. This is going to be Christ. I'm just trying to figure out what's missing. And then there was the days of the week I haven't even worked on yet. And so we understand this is what's going on. And there's a whole cycle going on in here because it'll be every 4 years, right? This is a 3-year and 1-year cycle. So for 3 years here, you're going to get 3 by 28 equals to 84. And that'll be Pluto. And I don't know if it's the 2-to-1 life or the half life, but everything has to be discussed. 3 by 28 equals to 84. Now, when you do it the other way, it'll end up to be 66. 3 times 2, 6. 3 by 8, 24. The gateway, 66. Don't bar 66. You bar 66, you turn it into a man. I'm thinking about it. So the man equals to number 28. This is 03. Automatically, to create that, you need 77. And 7 times 12, which is the ruler, equals to 84. 7 times 12, and how about it'll end up to be this? This 12 will create woman. Man is over here, inside. 13 is inside 7. 13 is inside 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 7. So we have the 3 cycles of 84, and then plus the 29 days equals, for everybody else, right, equals to 113. Is that right? But if I did it this way, the 29th day, it'll equal to 14, which will end up equaling to 74. Now, I don't know if I should be doing it this way, but I think we're supposed to do it all the ways. And why I said that is because I went 3 times 28 instead of spreading it out. And this will be 24, and this will be 6. It'll be 624, 1440, if I multiply it. If I add it, it'll be 30 equals to 1470. I'm just trying to think of what that is. I've never really played in that, and I don't like to, so I'm not. Now, if we're going to connect, number 4. So we're going to connect day 1 with day 3. First day, second day, third day. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I connected day 1 with day 3. I got a 4. I connect number 5 with number 1, and I get a 4. I connect number 6 with number 2, and I get a 4. I connect number 7 with number 3,
and I get a 4. 7 minus 3, 4. 6 minus 2, 4. 6 minus 2, 4. So the only one that hasn't been touched, okay, is, sorry, not the 2. Excuse me, made a mistake. I'm not really sure if I should do it this way or go like that. So you see what automatically happens? I have no, do I have a choice on how to connect, let me see, the 5th day with the 2nd day? Maybe I should have connected it in the back and not let it get involved in the front. So 7 minus the 3. I'm going to have to redo this. Let me. 6. We're trying to look for number 4. So it's 6 minus 2. So if it's 6 minus 2, so, wait, no, 5 minus 1, 5 minus 1, 6 minus 2, 7 minus 3. So look at all these that connected together, and then 1, I have to do this on another page. See, I ruin all my pages. I hate it. Let me do it here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that 7 is wrong, really and truthfully, because if the center of the week is right over here. So if the 4 was the center, it'd be 3, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1. But I don't want to do it that way. I want to go 4, okay, 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7. Unless I was going 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. I don't know, but there's a lot of equations in here. We have to understand them. So 343 is your gateway to the sky pass and the moon. Here's your basic creation. Here's your standard. Here's your pass. Here's your 13. Here's your other 13. Here's going to be 4. Here's going to be 4. Here's going to be 3. Here's going to be 3. Inside of this, you have 20. Do I have that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inside of here, you have 20. So we're going to have 20. Then we're going to have 4, 3, and 3. Now I have to understand that a little bit deeper. 4, 3, 2 vibration. What does it mean? I don't know. I'm a little bit tired. I've been here 2 hours, over 2 hours. Not sure what I got done. I wanted to redo that number thing for the week, but I'm tired, and I just hope somebody can get something out of this video. I just did so much. I didn't have a great flow. It was an okay flow. I didn't finish with the. I just want to finish with this one piece. This is Pluto. So Pluto, I get Jesus and the sun inside Pluto. I also get the ring of Saturn. 113. So if I did all the 28s. So I had that. Now the last 28, okay, which is going to be 2 here and 8 here, is going to give me 32, and 8 is going to give me 85. 85, this is standard. It's the E-world heaven. The E-world heaven out of Pluto. How do we get 8? 44, day and night. 5 and 3, standard to creation. 6 and 2, the polarity of the 1 cube. It's the 6 and 2 inverted from the 1 and 5. From the E to the F. I just have to think about that, learn a little bit. There are no black keys next to the BF. This is AE. This is the world we live, the world of APE. That's the world we live. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm blown, and I sometimes I can't keep up with the cat. And peace and love, and know the truth. Know the truth. If somebody tells you something, that doesn't mean it's the truth. Should we be spending time trying to learn the truth, or just let everybody do everything for us and just let it be easy?
right? Just let it be easy. Just, you know, it's not the way it works. You don't want everybody else doing things for you. You want to do them for yourself. Raphael, if you look at the chat, they're talking about Cat. Thank you for watching this video.